Good evening, my peoples, and welcome back to the counterattack. I hope you and yours are doing very, very well. The Arsenal travel up to Merseyside to take on Everton, another trip to the northwest of England. And before the match, honestly, my people, we needed a win. We really, really needed a win. And I looked at the lineup, and Xhaka returns. I have no real surprises there. This guy is an absolute beast, coming back from a pretty little nasty knee injury there in only a few months. What a warrior Xhaka is. So he comes into the team. I know a lot of people don't like him, but he's so important to controlling the game in the midfield and how we wanted to play. So I was pretty pleased to see him back. Sambi, he can blow hot and cold sometimes. So I wanted a little bit of experience for this away trip. And then the big call here, Arteta, he's not afraid to make them. Aubameyang gets dropped. I'm looking at the lineup and I'm thinking there's definitely enough to beat Everton tonight. So the match starts up and bit of a timid one to start out with. Arsenal, as the first half dragged on, you could really see what was going on. We really lack that cutting edge up top. Lacazette dropping in pretty deep. And I know Martinelli and Saka were meant to sort of like make those cutting runs into the box, but really we had no presence in the box in that first half, and it hurt us. You could really see it. Everton were pretty comfortable playing with Lacazette dropping pretty deep. As the first half went on, Everton as well. They didn't really have very many good chances either. I mean, they looked like a team that hasn't won in 8. Um, Very few clear-cut chances, and honestly, the biggest thing that Everton did today was foul, especially in that first half. And we're going to need to talk about Ben Godfrey, my people, because that stamp, and we're going to call it a stamp on Tomiyasu, he absolutely 100% meant it. If you look at the replay, the freeze frame that VAR looked at, he's looking away from the ball. But if you look at the full replay, which they clearly had, he looks at Tomiyasu right before he stamps on his chin. How you can look at that and not say it's violent conduct? The man has a massive gash across his chin. What is that? Not even a card for Ben Godfrey. These are Mike Dean and his VAR crew are a disgrace. That was disgraceful. He could have dislocated his jaw, broken his jaw. I don't know how the VAR does not send Ben Godfrey off for that. Nothing was given. Ridiculous. So I was ready to write the first half off for both teams as pretty much a non-event other than Everton's persistent fouling, especially on Bukayo Saka. But then all of a sudden, the first half, it roared into life, my people. Everton, Richarlison. He is such a shithouser. I cannot stand playing against this man. Throws himself to the floor, and on the ensuing free kick, he heads it in home. And you know what? He absolutely deserves to have that chalked off from offside. Not only, first of all, he screwed up his timing, so he's offside, but he definitely didn't deserve the free kick throwing himself to the floor like that. Pathetic. After Everton's disallowed a goal, Arsenal get into the lead. 1-0 to the Arsenal when it's Kieran Tierney, and inshallah, hope and vibes and pray, because that's where the goal came from. Across from Tierney into the box. Odegaard with a great finish. So thrilled for him. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Let's go. One thing at the first half you could really see that was going to be a problem was our ability to progress the ball, especially out of midfield. I understand that I thought Xhaka did okay today. First match back after months out. In the first half, I thought he did okay, but really where the problem is, Thomas Partey. He just was really, really sloppy with the ball, careless with it when he did progress it forward, and that wasn't very often. The main part and problem that we had was that he didn't try it very much. His default setting appears to be either pass it sideways, which even that I would have been like, all right, fine. But most of the time, 80% of the time, he's passing backwards. You could see that Ben White during the match was sort of getting a little bit frustrated with him. And honestly, all Arsenal fans that are watching him were getting frustrated with him as well. Like, come on. There were many, many times where he could have turned, gone forward, and then made a decision on what he needed to do. But so many times he looked ahead of him, saw that there was room for him to dribble in, to go, to press, to make the Everton midfield and defense more uncomfortable. But so many times in that first half, he turned around, passed right back, and Everton, they crept forward. They crept forward. And Everton weren't even that very good at pressing the ball, but really that just anti-progression football that Thomas Partey sometimes play and a couple of the other Arsenal players, it really killed our attacking impetus in that first half. Our timidity on the ball, it gave Everton confidence to come and open up a little bit more and attack us more, especially in the space behind Kieran Tierney, which Xhaka was meant to be covering. And there's a lot of talk online right now. Obviously, after every Arsenal loss these days, it's Arteta out, Kroenke's out, just the whole. I mean, I don't want to say overreaction because we've had a lot of bad times recently, and now we're looking at the same problems over and over again. I totally understand it is frustrating, but I feel that Arteta's biggest fault today was not taking off Granit Xhaka, and not because he was playing poorly. The man was absolutely gassed by 60 minutes, and Kieran Tierney and then Tavares kept on bombing forward. So chance after chance was coming down our left side. So frustrating to see and not have it addressed. So Everton finally equalized. 79th minute, Demarai Gray. Oh, he had a pretty good game today, didn't he? Excellent shot. I think Ramsdale got a fingertip to that. It goes off the crossbar, and Richarlison is actually pretty lucky here that it deflects right to him at the perfect angle. He does a good job of heading in and looping it over Ramsdale. I'll give him all the credit there. But honestly, it was a bit of a fortunate Everton goal. Was it coming? Probably. I mean, 2 marginal offsides calls, even though they were definitely offside, but they just kept on attacking and attacking. It was coming. We were just playing with fire. What are we doing trying to waste time in the 61st minute? What is going on here? Ridiculous. Ugh. Mike Dean. Oh my goodness. I cannot stand this man. These officials in England, they are just for the birds, my people. It is disgraceful what is going on here. Another Gordon goes over the top of the ball on Tavares, gets his shin, and this isn't the first time that's happened. Ben Godfrey, earlier on in the second half, a similar thing happened to him. He finally got a red card. Didn't get reviewed or anything, despite the dangerous play. Gordon does the exact same thing on Tavares. No card. Not even a yellow. Not reviewed at all. It is just a pattern at this point, my people. I know everyone that supports their team thinks the refs are out to get them. But Arsenal fans, we have evidence. We have visual evidence of the nonsense going on here. Disgraceful from the referees. Everton kept on growing in confidence, and honestly, I was sat right there on that couch, almost in the fetal position, clutching my pillow, just waiting for the bad times to come. And my people, we are here to have a bad time because the second goal, it came, and Demarai Gray, really, I mean, there's no stopping that. An absolutely worldy shot from Demarai Gray. It's great great to see him back in England doing well. I thought he was a flop in Germany. He didn't do much on that Leicester team, but he's really turning it on for a poor Everton team this season. Unstoppable shot. No one's getting in the way of that. In off the post. I mean, there's nothing really you can do about the goal, but at the same time, there is no way we should be losing this game. And there it is, 2-1. The match ended up 2-1, but honestly, my people, Arsenal had so many chances not only to draw that game, but win the game. Eddie Nketiah comes on, and honestly, I am struggling to understand why we're playing Nketiah, who's rejected a new contract multiple times, over Pepe, who I assume is like ready to go. It's just strange decisions at Arsenal, but regardless, had an excellent chance. He misses a sitter from 3 yards out, and what do you even do with that? Man heads it down, goes off the post, and then deflects onto him out. So very frustrating. And then Aubameyang also, he's like, what? 8 yards out? 9 maybe? He doesn't even hit the target with time expiring. He could have grabbed a point for us. Another bad miss from Aubameyang, who didn't start. Really just all around poor. I'm looking at the table, my people, and here we are. We are in a proper bloody fight for those European places. We're probably still on the hunt for the last Champions League spot, but we're in it now. There's no building up a bit of a gap, bit of a margin, bit of a safety net. There is no safety net this season. There's none of that. It's just gonna be us in a brawl, in a bloody brawl with West Ham, Tottenham, United, Wolves, Leicester City, probably. That's what's in store for us this season. So buckle up. It's going to be unpleasant. Thank you for sticking with me, my peoples. I appreciate all the likes, all the views. Please slap that like button and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Hopefully, it's a little bit more pleasant.